Yo, Bendición, what up? This is like my third time doing this, so I'm just gonna really try and hit this thing out of the park. Let's talk money. A lot of people think that initiation into Ocha, it just starts with you get your necklaces, and then you get your warriors, and then you get crown, which is called Cariocha, Yoko Orisha, Alagbatori, and that's it. You reach the pinnacle. And anything else to save for, you save and save and save, and now you got crowned, and I did it. Wow, great. There's a lot more that people don't think about. So I want to put these kind of things at the forefront of your mind. If you're not crowned, or you're thinking about being involved in this faith, tradition, whatever the heck you want to call it, la santería, la regla de ocha, la religión, lucumí, whatever, there's a lot to consider. So let's say you did your necklaces, maybe that's 121, 221, 321, whatever. Then you got your warriors, 521, around there. Then you got crowned, an average of 10 grand. Maybe you're a Legua, Ogun, that's looking between 14 and 16. Maybe your crown is Oba, Asohano. Now you're looking more towards the, in Yewa, you're looking more towards between 17 and 19. A grand, and then you want to go be Ifa, and now you're looking upwards of another 20 grand after crowning. It's not just you get crowned and that's it. Your monetary issues, your monetary investments, because to put money into these faiths to get your warriors and your necklaces and crowning, it's an investment. It's a spiritual investment for yourself. The same way you're putting time into your job as an investment, and you get money back from your investment. You're giving your time, you're investing your time, you get money, you pay your bills. So let's talk money. What else is there after getting crowned? It's not just you get your necklaces, you get your warriors, and then you get crowned, and that's it. A lot of people fail to remember that it's not just save up the 10 grand to get crowned. The white clothes, a year and 7 days worth, actually. That's usually separate from the derecho of the 10 grand. I'm just going to use 10 grand because that was always my goal when it came to I'm going to get crowned one day. And I just got to save 10 grand. It's a nice round number. So let's just use that number. If you're talking the 80s, people was getting crowned for $3,000. So $10,000 to get crowned. So it's 121, 221, 321 to get your necklaces, about 521 to get your warriors, 1,500 to get your mano de orula, which if you haven't seen that video, controversial video actually, mano de orula is not necessary to get crowned. It's not a prerequisite to get crowned unless you're an all Ifa centric house. But you can get crowned and get your mano de orula after. What does that come out to? $1,500. Some more, some less. $1,500. That's how much I paid. Just keeping it real, okay? And then what else do people do? A lot of people get olokun before they get crowned. Again, another santo that you can receive after getting crowned. I have that in a video. Why receive olokun if you can just get them after crown? If you're gonna spend $1,000. If it takes an average of 10,000 to get crowned, and you're going to spend 1,500 on orula, and then another 1,000 on olokun, that's 2,500 towards the 10,000. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, let's stay back on track. So 10,000 to get crowned. Don't forget the clothes, the white clothes, a year and 7 days of clothes, of underwear, socks, shirts, pants. If you're a woman, the skirts and the socks underneath, and the shawl, and the hats, and then all that stuff is usually separate. So you're looking at what does it cost to get rid of your old wardrobe and get a whole new wardrobe, all white, everything from the underwear to the socks, everything, a year and 7 days worth. It's probably a lot. What else? Soperas. In some houses, they give you the option, would you like to buy your own soperas, or would you like the godparent to get the soperas? Either way, If you're one of those kinds of people and you got to have your own soperas, I think most people would rather have their own soperas. But then again, if you get it through the godparent, God, I'm talking like a crackhead right now. If you get it through, the godparent, I would assume that there's kind of not a member, what's the word when you're attached to it because it came from someone special? You know what I'm saying? So I can get that. But I would think that most people would rather get their own soperas because everybody has different styles. You gotta get you gotta get like at least five soperas because you're gonna get batala, nyamaya, ochun, oya, chango, and then a chango batea as it's called is at least $80. So you're gonna be spending a few hundred on just the soperas, hundreds of dollars on the white clothes, hundreds of dollars on the soperas. What else? I have it written here. The Ebo Meta. People forget about Ebo Meta. It doesn't have to be done at the 3rd month mark, but that's the meta in Ebo Meta. It can be done right before the end of the year in 7 days. It can be done at the 3-month mark. Whatever. Ebo Meta. A lot of people think you just get crowned and bada bing bada boom. No, you gotta do Ebo Meta. Between 1,200 and the highest is like 3,500. That's a whole nother expense. You're not going to spend less than $1,000 on Ebo Meta. Aside from the 10 grand to get crowned. Aside from the hundreds of dollars, depending on how fancy you want to be. You want to spend $1,000 on white clothes because you got to wear Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada. And then aside from the soperas, a couple $100. You get your ita and it comes out that you gotta receive so and so. Now we're getting more towards the throughout life. You don't have to receive every single orisha that you got told during your ita. But if you get told that you gotta receive ochosi, agayu, let's see who else. Yewa, Oba, all the paths of Obatala, all the paths of Echu. Because there are people that have that, they got like mad paths. Their crown is like friggin' Yamaya, and they get told, they have to receive every path of Yamaya. Now you know for the rest of your life that that's going to be another expense. You don't have to get everything at once. There are people that they get crowned at friggin' 10 years old, and they just receive what they were told in the Rita when they were like 50. So you don't have to get everything at once. But I'm just trying to give, put it in perspective for you that these are expenses for the rest of your life. What else? A fundamento to both godparents, not just the one that crowned you, but to the yobona. The 2 separate fundamentos, whether they can be done together as a double fundamento, I don't know. But that's 2 fundamentos, and those things are not cheap. Again, thousands of dollars. What else? The pinaldo. Pinaldo is equated, as many people say, it's like getting crowned again. You're not getting crowned again, but it's like it's like another $10,000 expense. If your crowning was 10 grand, pinaldo is another 10 grand, and there's a whole spread, and pinaldo. It's another huge ceremony, and everybody eats a goat again. You get a whole another rita on top of the rita you already have. But all in all, it's another like 10 grand. That's why I said, it's like getting crowned again. It's because it's such a big ceremony. What else? Itutu. Even when you're dead, you can't get a break. Itutu. There's no cremation when you get initiated into la santeria. So when you're dead, you gotta get buried. So that's a whole nother expense. So if you think that you're gonna save the environment by having, I think cremation is like $3,000, I want to say. No, there's a whole itutu ceremony that gets done, and that's however many thousands of dollars. I don't even know, and that's after you're dead. And then I don't know how it works if. Maybe, if you're a babalao, how many more ceremonies I gotta get done? If you're initiating to Anya, how many more ceremonies you gotta get done? Maybe they have to do, if you got initiated to Anya and you got the Anya ceremony done, maybe an Anya has to be done at your funeral. I don't know. But that's just another thing to keep in mind. The more ceremonies you have, the more death rites that you have. It's not just like usually, just a priest that just prays over you and gives you your last rites. No, now you got crowned. Now they have to do any tutu. Now you from the time you got crowned, 20 years later your ita said you got to go into ifa. So now you did ifa. Now that's another ceremony that they got to do to you upon your death. These are all things to keep in mind. What else? Yearly obligations. The year, the yearly reading that gets done. This year it's Obatalano, Chanla. The different neboses that I think Ochinchin to Ochun came out, and you gotta put a white flag at the door and whatever else stuff that's involved in that. Some people like to give a goat to the religua in the beginning of the year to get any da. There's that. And then finally, the miscellaneous eboses, the miscellaneous offerings that one gives throughout a person's lifetime. Receiving orishas is throughout your lifetime. Having it come out and, every reading is going to cost money. You get told you got to receive Ileavata, you got to receive Olokun. You go to an Ifa guy, that Olokun is going to cost you, or at least what I was told. Let's say use Ibei. If Ibei costs you $221, $321 to receive an Ocha, the Babalao that I went to, he was going to charge $3,000 for Ibeji. These are expenses. I don't throw out these numbers to be controversial, because money is a hot topic that a lot of santeros don't like to talk about. But someone's got to talk about it. Let's keep it real. These are the general prices of how much these things cost. And that's a whole nother video I'm going to do. That there's no such thing as a crowning costing any more than $20,000. And even that, like, your crown better be like freaking Babalu Aye direct. If someone says that it's $20,000, like, I don't know, there's been people that paid like $30,000 to get crowned, and usually it's bullshit, and they get just rammed with no Vaseline. When I'm told these ridiculous numbers, like you could like freaking put a down payment on a house with the kind of numbers that some people get taken advantage for. But that's a whole nother video. But yeah, that video, I can't wait to do that one. There's no such thing as a $30,000 ocha. There's no such thing as a $1,000 ocha. Because like, what the hell are you getting? Because I've heard stories. There was a lady, she went to Cuba to get crowned. Out of all places, Cuba. She was ignorant. She came back with her crown is Ochun, and they put a little caridad de cobre statue inside of the sopera and said, "Here, this is your Ochun." So I mean, you get what you pay for, but you should not be spending. If your crown is freaking Chango, Ochun, Yamayao, Batala, there's no reason why you should be spending, 15 grand. I can understand, okay, it's a Elegua, Ogun, Ochosi, Oya. The warriors are always going to be more expensive. The ones of the dead are always going to be more expensive. Whether things get done direct or not direct, I got used by going to be expensive. There's just extra ceremonies and stuff. But anybody who's like, I got charged freaking $20,000, $19,000 to get Ochun on my head. I'm sorry, you got. Is that including the Ebo Meta and the white clothes and the sopera? So back on topic, what was I talking about? Yes. So the point is that getting crowned does not mean that that's the end of your Orisha journey when it comes to specifically finances. There's always going to be miscellaneous little doses you want to do. Flowers, toasted corn for your legua, bottles of rum. But just keep in mind, these are expenses. And I mean, unless you're Jenny from the block and you got it like that, you got to keep that in mind. Okay, so it was a hell of a struggle to get crowned. But at least now I know, okay, now it's going to be another struggle to get the Ebo Meta money. Now I know it's going to be, okay, I really want to receive this orisha at my Ebo Meta. Damn, freaking, maybe Ochosi de Cuatro Patas is going to be 1,500 to 2,000. Okay, I got to keep that in mind. You know, these are things to keep in mind. Pinaldo, oh crap, okay. Now I know at some point, most santeros, I would say most, I say many, because I can't be throwing out just generalizations. But many santeros, after many years, they get pinaldo, and that's like another $10,000 expense. You know, so, and then itutu, you know, it's a big responsibility. Just know that it's not just you get crowned. From the time you get crowned, now you know that you should start saving or have some kind of plan the same way a regular person has not a retirement plan, a life insurance. It's not just, okay, 10,000 to 15 for a regular funeral. Now it's how many thousands else does it take to do the tutu ceremony, you know, and then whatever else, if you're a babalao, if you're an anyar, initiate, and all the other initiatory rites that you took while you were alive, what does that entail upon my death? How much should I be saving for? Because like it or not, we live in this physical world where we trade our time to a company, to a boss, for paper money. That's just the law of the land. So when I say that your necklaces cost between 121 and 321, and your warriors cost about 521, and the Mano de Orula costs $1,500, and getting crowned on average costs $10,000, and receiving olokun costs between 800 and 1,500. Some include eBay, some don't. When I say that receiving an orisha through Ocha is different than receiving it through Ifa. Ifa is gonna charge a whole lot more than Ocha. When I say pinaldo's close to 10,000. When I say Inleabata is about 800. If you get it through Ifa, it goes up to the thousands. That's not me trying to be scandalous, but we live in a world of money. Okay? So, if you don't know, now you know. Okay? So, if you're not initiated to anything, keep these things in mind. That your journey still continues, and there's always something to save up for. Even something as small as a reading can be as little as $35. It could be as much as $100. I've even seen $150 for a Dilo Wound reading. And we're not talking about like a Bajada de Santo where they found out your crown. It's just this person is famous or something, and their time is so precious, and they charge a basic reading, the same $35 reading, $150. In that case, it's not you get what you pay for. It's maybe the person, you know, he's like the friggin' Wata Mercado of De Lagoon, and he's gonna charge $150 when you can get the same thing for $35. It's just not famous. What else? Yeah, that's it. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave your comments below. This is a very, very interesting, controversial, hot topic. I know I'm throwing out prices out there. Again, as far as I'm concerned, as far as you're concerned, everything in my videos and in my channel is just my opinions. I make no claims to be no expert in anything. And you can take that whatever it is you take it, okay? I hope that this helped you on your own Orisha journey. These things have to be discussed before getting initiated so that you can think, okay, I want to save up, I want to get crowned. Oh crap, I didn't know that it was thousands of dollars for a momenta. Oh crap, I didn't know that that I have to get the white clothes separate from the 10 grand that it takes to get crowned. Oh crap, I didn't know that there's funeral rites after I get crowned. I thought I'd just get crowned. If I die, I die. Bada bing, bada boom, I go into the earth. That's going to be like another few $1,000s for the itutu. These things should be discussed with your elder, and thought about, because we live in a physical world with physical money and physical needs, and everyone's time is precious. And if you're trading your time for money, then what you spend your money on, the investments that you make, whether it be a new little statue for your boveda because you found out that you got an indio that walks with you, or whether you invest that towards, I'm going to put $20 every month because I want to get crowned one day. Everything's an investment, spiritual investment, an investment toward your goals. I'm always investing in the studio time when I can get it, little things like that. So I just try to keep it real on this channel. God bless you. God bless. God bless. Peace out. Oh, over here.